Hallo Leute, welcome back to my channel Deutsch Flicks, where German is finally more useful than trigonometry or integration. So today's lesson is about a word you've definitely seen, probably confused, and now will finally understand. Diese, which is a demonstrative noun. So in English, you use the words like this, that, these, those whenever you want to demonstrate something. Now in German, we have diese. There's only one word. Now, if you've watched my lesson on Frage what Welch, you'll find this lesson super easy. So, Frage what Welch, the question word Welch takes ending depending on the case, gender, and number. Similarly, our demonstrative noun diese will also take ending. Sind Sie bereit? Are you ready? Los geht's. Demonstrative pronomen diese. So, the meaning of diese will be this, that, or plural version, these, those. But in German, it could be diese, dieses, diesen, or diesem, depending on the case, gender, and number. Now what we'll do is, we'll make a definite article table, because that table will help you make the table for diese. Okay, so nominative masculine, der, neutral, das, feminine, die, plural, die. And in case of accusative case, only masculine gender change, der to den, rest all will be same. And in dative case, der and das, they both change to dem. Feminine changes to der, and plural changes to den plus n. So this extra n, we attach it with the noun. We have created this table, this definite article table, so many times. Okay, so now we'll make the table for diese. Okay, so in case of nominative masculine, we have der. So we'll take this er as an ending. So it becomes diese. Now in case of neutral, we have as. If I write here as, pronunciation will be a bit weird, dieses. And most of the time it happens that the ending starts with e in German, not a. So what we'll do is, let's use e instead of a. And now it becomes dieses. In case of feminine, we have d and plural d. So we'll take e, diese, diese. Now in case of accusative, der changes to den. Diese will be changed to diesen. Rest all will be same. Dieses, diese, diese. In dative case, der and das, they both change to dem. So we can take em as an ending, right? Diesem, diesem. Now feminine d changes to der, it becomes diese then. And plural d to den, so these will be diesen. And we cannot forget this extra n that we have to attach with the noun. So we are done creating the tables, and now we can take a look at some examples. So I've written some examples in English. What we'll do is we'll try to translate them and see which diese we'll choose. First up, we have I like this movie. How do we say I like? It will be ich mag. The verb that we are using is mögen, which means to like. And that's how we conjugate it according to ich mag. Now for this movie, for this I'm gonna use diese, which will take some ending, and movie is called film. You can check in the dictionary, film is masculine. Its article is der. So one thing is for sure, that we will either go with diese, diesen or diesen because movie is masculine, right? So we have eliminated these options. Now we just have to see what is the case. Now Myogen is being conjugated according to ish. That is the subject of the sentence. Subject is always in nominative case. That means this movie will be the object. This is the direct object, and direct object will take which case? It will take accusative case. How does der change in accusative? It changes to den. So we'll write here diesen. Ich mag diesen Film. Then we are visiting this museum. So it will be wir. For visiting, we have to use the verb besuchen. We'll write dies without the ending. And museum is called Museum. Spelling same, pronunciation different. And museum is neutral. In case of neutral, what all options do we have? Dieses, dieses, diesem. Now we just have to identify the case. Now besuchen is being conjugated according to wir. Wir is in nominative case. That means this museum will be the object. And object comes in which case? Accusative case. This is the direct object. So we'll write here dieses. Now don't think this dieses is in nominative case. No, it's accusative one. You should know the case. If you're still struggling with the case system, you can watch my videos on that. Then we have this city is beautiful. This city, I'll write dies. City is called Stadt. Is beautiful will be ist schön. Now Stadt is feminine. Its article is die. If it is feminine, we have options diese, diese or diese. We'll check the case. Now we know that the verb sein is strictly nominative. Even if you don't know this, subject is in nominative case, right? So this is the subject of the sentence. This city is beautiful. This city is the subject because the verb sein is being conjugated according to this part. So that means we'll go with diese. Diese Stadt ist schön. And at last, have you helped these men? Okay, so we have perfect tense here. Firstly, how will you say have you helped? It will be haben sie, and at the end participle y, geholfen. Now we are left with these men, plural. So I'll write dies. And for men we say Männer. If it is plural, then that means we got options diese, diese, diesen plus n. We have to identify the case. Now, the verb helfen, this is strictly dative. I have told this so many times. That means we'll give dative treatment. So this is plural. How does diese change in dative? Diesen, no? I'll write diesen. And extra n will be attached with the noun. Haben Sie diesen Männern geholfen is the correct answer. If this sentence structure is something new for you, that means you don't know anything about perfect, so you can watch video on that as well. Also, many students have this doubt. They get confused between two words. First one is das, and second one we have already discussed just now, diese. Now das, one meaning you already know, it is the in English, and it also means this, that, these, those. So what is the difference between them? Das and diese. So we use das when we want to generalize. For example, that is nice. So you will say, das ist nett. But when pointing to a specific noun, you have to use these. Now for that, we have discussed so many examples. You can take this one. Diese Stadt ist schön. This city is beautiful. Another difference in the sentence structure could be that after dies, you need something. As in, you need a noun. Then comes the verb and then comes the remaining part. But if I talk about das, after that, verb comes. So long story short, das is less specific than dies. So as a student, how I have memorized this thing is, if I'm starting my sentence with that, and after that comes the verb. That is, let's say, a pen. Now I'll go with das. But if after that there is a noun, for example, that man is my husband. Now in this, I'll go with these. Okay, so if you have understood these, I'll give you one practice exercise to solve. So you have to decide which these you will go for. For individual word, you can use dictionary, and even for the article. Pause the video and we'll discuss the answers in 5 seconds. Okay, Nummer 1. Lücke blank Apfel ist sehr süß. Okay, Apfel is der, masculine. And the verb sein, we know it is nominative verb. Also, it is being conjugated according to apple. This is the subject. So, we will go with Diese. Nummer 2. Ich nehme Lücke Tasche hier. So, it will be I will take this bag here. So, nehmen is being conjugated according to ich. Ich is in nominative case, right? That means this bag will be direct object, which will come in accusative case. And original article of Tasche is die. So you can check in the table. We'll go with Diese. Nummer 3. Mit Lücke Kindern spielen wir oft im Park. So it will be with these children we play often in the park. So mit is dative preposition. We have Kindern, which is plural case. Also there is extra and attached. So we'll go with diesen. Mit diesen Kindern spielen wir oft im Park. Nummer 4. Lücke Mann da drüben ist mein Onkel. So that man over there is my uncle. It seems this is the subject of the sentence. The man over there is my uncle, right? Again, is strictly nominative, we know. And we'll go with Diese. Nummer 5. Für Lücke Hund kaufe ich jeden Monat Futter. For this dog, I buy every month what? Futter means food or feed. For example, Hundefutter will be dog food and Katzenfutter will be cat food. So für is accusative preposition. After that we have to give accusative treatment. Hund is masculine. Hence we will go with diesen. Nummer 6, we have in, which is which preposition? Wechsel preposition. And for wechsel preposition, we follow this rule called STMA. Stationary, dative, motion, accusative. So we have to check, is there any motion in the sentence? In this city, there are many cafes. So there's no motion, right? Hence we will go with dative treatment. Now what is the article of Stadt? It is die. How does die change in dative? Der. How will diese change in dative? Diese with R at the end. Nummer 7. Wir treffen uns heute mit Lücke Freunden. So we are meeting today with friends. So we have plural at the end. Again preposition mit. We will give dative case. So what did we fill here? Diesen, right? Similarly in 7th we'll fill diesen. Nummer 8. Gefällt dir Lücke Kleid? Does the dress please you? Gefallen means to please. Now the question is, who is conjugating this verb gefallen as gefällt? It is actually this part. That means this is the subject of the sentence and subject is in nominative case. We have identified the case. You can check in the dictionary. Kleid is neutral. Hence our answer will be dieses. Nummer 9. Ich wohne in Lücke Wohnung. Again we have in Wechsel preposition. So it behaves both as accusative dative. How will you decide? By checking STM, stationary dative, motion accusative. So I live in this apartment. There's nothing motion, right? There's no motion. We'll go with dative treatment. Now original article of Wohnung is die. How does die change in dative? Der, right? So we'll go with diese. Okay, Nummer 10. Ich spreche über Lücke Film, den wir gestern gesehen haben. So this sentence structure is something that we learn at A2 level. Now, I know sprechen is being conjugated according to ich. That means ich is in nominative case. Now, über Lücke Film, that is the prepositional object. Though über is Wechsel preposition and there's no motion, we cannot go with dative case. Why? Again, this is something you will learn at A2 level. So there are fixed phrases in German. For example, you take this verb and you take this preposition. After that, you have to give either accusative case or dative case. This is also fixed. Now, 99% of the time it happens that you go with accusative case. No matter where you're stuck, you have to take help of accusative case. So what we'll do is that we will write here diesen because der changes to den in accusative. So we'll go with diesen. I'm pretty sure for most of you, 10th one will be wrong. It's okay, completely fine. This is something you'll understand at A2 level. By the way, meaning of this sentence, I am talking about the movie that we saw yesterday. Alright, now you can let me know your score out of 10 in the comment section. And there you have it, the full scoop of these in German. Now you can finally say this and those the right way. No guessing, no panic. So if this video helped you, you give it a like and share it with your friends and subscribe to Deutsch Flicks for more grammar made simple. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.
Like and subscribe.